My beloved child, I have not called you to live in silence like so many others. I have written your name upon the sacred tablet of heaven's kingdom and called you out of the shadow of mediocrity. Yet when you allow the enemy to take what belongs to you, the blessing no longer resounds as a song of triumph, but fades into a distant, forgotten echo. The blessing has knocked at your door, but hearts have fallen asleep in indifference. Grace has spread wide like a golden field ready for harvest, yet you lower your eyes to the barren ground. I have given you the key, but you still clutch the old chains as though they were treasure. There are those who cry out for blessings day and night, but never prepare their souls to receive them. God does not pour his grace upon hardened soil, nor does he sow seed into a half-hearted heart. When prayers rise up, he listens. But when his answer descends, it is you who doubt, hesitate, and miss the moment. Grace cannot take root in a heart unready to open, just as a seed cannot live in earth filled with stones. Do you not see? There are invisible walls that imprison souls for generations. God has sent his angels to tear them down, the old wounds, the inherited curses, the unspoken bitterness. Yet instead of releasing them, people hold on as if they were precious. And so restoration does not come, for the heart remains drowned in resentment and unforgiveness. The enemy need not steal your possessions. He need only keep your soul in chains, and your blessings are stopped at the very door. We cry for blessings, but how many are truly ready to enter their process? God gives divine instruction, yet if you listen only halfway, you lose it with your own hands. He does not bestow grace upon a closed heart, nor blessings upon those who chase fleeting emotions. Some pray like rain falling, yet when the answer comes, they waver, doubt, and drop the gift. Blessings never rest upon parched ground. They remain only where the soil has been tilled, waiting and made ready. Do you hear the bell of grace still ringing in the heavens? The blessings flow like a stream, but that stream does not run into sealed rocks. I have come many times, I have knocked again and again, yet your heart's door remains unopened. There are some who pray with the intensity of tears in the night, but when the light of my answer breaks forth, they cover their eyes afraid and even turn away. It is a painful irony. The cry rises high, but the heart refuses to bow and receive. Like one standing outside a wedding feast, invited yet hesitating because the garment of readiness was never worn. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and dine with him. Revelation 3:2-0. Do you know why blessings are missed? Because many hearts pray from passing emotion, not from true hunger to walk through the process. They desire instant results, immediate miracles, yet they refuse discipline and preparation. Blessings cannot rest upon those who seek grace as a free gift without transformation. You pray for peace but still hold on to worry and anger. You cry for deliverance but refuse to step out of the familiar darkness. Thus grace arrives but vanishes like morning dew, leaving nothing behind. Some pray without ceasing, yet when the answer comes, they question whether it is truly from me. Doubt is the cloud that hides the light, preventing blessings from shining through their lives. I give you opportunity, yet you linger at the crossroads, uncertain whether to move. You are like Israel of old, crying for deliverance from Egypt, yet when faced with the Red Sea, complaining and wishing to return to slavery. You desire to control everything by your own hand, but my grace cannot be contained within the smallness of your calculations. I hear your heart, but I also see the hesitation that keeps you from entering fullness. Some cannot hear my voice, not because I am silent, but because their hearts are too noisy. You let the noise of the world drown out my gentle whisper. You are swept away by fleeting emotions and temporary joys, and when blessings come, you can no longer tell whether they are true or merely passing winds. Such a heart is like untilled soil, hard dry, where the seed of grace falls only to be stolen by the birds. Do not blame me for the blessings you lose. Look instead at the shallowness that let them slip away. The sower sows the word. The seed that falls by the wayside is taken by the birds of the air. Mark 4:1-4:15. My beloved child, I do not wish to see you pray in vain. I want my blessings to take root, to rise, and to bear fruit in your life. But for that to happen, you must prepare your heart. Open it. Be humble. Let me till the hardened soil of your soul. Do not seek only the result. Walk through the process I am unfolding. You will see that grace is not merely an answer, but a journey of transformation. Like seed falling into good soil, it will yield 30, 60, even 100-fold. Do not doubt blessings when they come in forms different from your expectations. Often, my grace is not a dazzling miracle, but a simple opportunity, a door that seems ordinary. Yet whoever walks in faith will see glory revealed. Do not stand at the crossroads hesitating until the blessing passes you by. Believe that I am faithful, that my word never returns empty. When you dare to step forward, grace will walk with you, opening the path step by step until you see its fullness. I know you fear. I know you hesitate. I know disappointment has touched you many times. But my child, I did not call you only to abandon you. I still stand here waiting for your heart to open. Do not see blessing as a distant dream. Believe that it is near as soon as you surrender into my hands. Like a patient father, I whisper again, delay no longer. My child, return. You may be weak, but my blessing never runs dry. Remember this, not all blessings are missed because of delay. Some are lost because of unseen chains binding your soul. There are curses, old wounds, heavy stones pressing on your spirit that keep you from stepping into grace. I may knock unceasingly, but if the house remains full of shadows, you will never truly enjoy my abundance. This is what I long for you to confront, for blessings cannot stand upon a cracked foundation. My beloved, there are things that cannot be resolved by a short prayer. There are invisible shackles passed down from generations, an inheritance of pain you did not even know you carried. The more you pray, the wearier you become, and you wonder why the door remains closed. But my child, some things cannot vanish just because you wish them away, for your soul is still bound to roots you have never touched. I see you attend countless services, recite endless prayers, yet bitterness still rules your heart like a stubborn master. You think you are free, but you are wearing chains you do not see. I have long desired to enter and tear down the hidden walls within you, but each time I knock, you lay another brick, a brick of hurt, a brick of anger, a brick of unspoken shame. Many think they need wealth connection or physical healing, but I see what they truly need, a deep encounter at the roots of their spirit. If the roots remain poisoned, no amount of watering will make the tree live. Whoever conceals his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them will find mercy. Proverbs 2:8-13. I do not expose you to shame you, but to set you free so that you will no longer be a slave to what once bound you. There are souls I have scheduled for restoration, yet they delay because they will not release what must be released. You cry for healing, but you still cling to those who wounded you, as if they define who you are. You ask me to remove pain, yet you refuse to forgive the one who caused it. You forget that forgiveness is not a gift you give to others, but the key that releases you from your own prison. You think forgiving means letting the other win, but in truth, when you do not forgive, you sentence your own soul. You are fighting a battle where the enemy no longer needs to attack. Keeping you trapped in bitterness is enough. My dear child, remember that I did not create you to dwell forever in the darkness of your past. I have called you into freedom, but that freedom requires you to face what you fear. Often the root of the curse lies not in a great event, but in silence itself, in pretending that everything is fine. No, my child, I do not want you to be merely fine. I want you to be whole. And to be made whole, you must let me take the spiritual plow and dig deep into your soul, uncovering the hidden filth you have buried. I will not do this to judge you, but to heal you. For no light can be born from a place that has never been touched. There are also those who live as though that curse were an inseparable part of their lives. They have grown accustomed to sadness, to failure, to broken relationships, to the point where they no longer believe anything good is meant for them. They do not pray for change, only to survive. But I did not create you to merely survive. I created you to live a life of abundance. If you keep yourself in the old land, the blessing will always remain out of reach. True deliverance does not come from running away from the past, but from letting me step into that past with you to burn it with truth and to rebuild upon a new foundation. I see many who come to church, their mouths singing of victory, yet their hearts remain bound to images, dreams, or unnamed fears. They use prayer like a blanket covering a festering wound, but I do not bless pretense. I heal in the light. I am not afraid of the ugliness within you. I am only grieved when you will not let me touch it. If you would stop, open your heart, and allow me to step into that darkness, you would discover a liberation unlike anything you have ever known. It is not a fiery rush of feeling, but a peace that rises from the deepest place within you. And you will see, once I have reached the root, nothing can stop new life from springing forth. When you are willing to let go, to confess, to let me dig deep, you will experience living waters flowing from the very place you thought was dead. True restoration is not about covering the past, but about letting me reign over your past, your present, and your future. I will not allow the enemy to steal what belongs to you, so long as you no longer hold on to what belongs to the darkness. And in that very moment, the blessing will no longer be withheld. It will pour out like an unstoppable waterfall. But do not rejoice too quickly, my child. For after I heal your soul, I want you to learn to live not only with your natural eyes. There are blessings which, once given, can still be traded away by human short-sightedness. When the soul is set free, that is when I want you to relearn how to discern what is truly precious and what is only a glittering illusion. Not everything that shines comes from my light. And this you must know before I entrust you with true wealth. You have heard much about wealth. The world calls those with great sums of money blessed. They hail the powerful as if the hand of God is with them. But I ask you, have you ever paused to ask where that wealth comes from, what sustains it, and whether it is truly what I desire to give? I have never taught you that the worth of a soul lies in a bank balance. You were created in my image, not to chase material abundance, but to live a life fulfilled by my presence. Do you see? There are those who come to me only because they think I am the quickest road to riches. They do not want to know me. They only want the gifts in my hand. They pray not for a renewed heart, but for a favorable project, a signed contract, an economic miracle. They come to me as one comes to a transactional God, giving a few prayers to receive the reward they desire. But my child, I am not an ATM. No one can serve two masters. You cannot serve both God and money, Matthew 6:24. I am not against abundance. I am the very one who creates abundance. But I grieve when people seek me only for what is temporary. I grieve when my children, who are meant to be light to the world, look for validation in numbers, rankings, or applause. My blessing is not just a gift, but a mark, a calling, and ascending. Yet humanity has reduced it to a paycheck, a social status, or a brand name possession. And you too, if you are not careful, will be drawn into that invisible exchange without even realizing it. There are those to whom I have given deep peace, clarity, and patience, yet they do not value it because it yields no visible profit. They turn to envy the economically successful and begin to doubt whether I truly hear their prayers. They forget that there are wealthy people who cannot sleep. There are famous ones who are lonely and decaying inside. The prosperity I give never comes with anxiety. It arrives with peace, steadiness, and a heart that is free. I see some abandoning the gifts I placed within them simply because those gifts do not produce income. They abandon their calling, their ministry, even their true joy, to chase what is fashionable, recognized, or financially stable. I once offered them a different path, the road of spiritual influence, but they traded it for a seat in the crowd. They chose the crowded road, not the road where I walk. My child, prosperity without my presence is a sweet illusion leading to ruin. You must relearn how to define wealth. Wealth is when you can sleep in peace within my love. Wealth is when you know who you are in my eyes, even if you are nothing in the eyes of the world. Wealth is when you can forgive the one who hurt you without demanding an apology. Wealth is when you are no longer ruled by fear of lack because you know I am the faithful provider. Wealth is when you walk in joy even when nothing around you has yet changed. Do not let your blessing be exchanged. Do not trade my presence for human praise. Do not surrender your peace to gain the approval of a crowd that does not truly know you. I do not need you to be rich to love you, but I need you to know what is truly valuable. When you begin to measure everything in my light, you will see that the smallest things, a hug, a quiet moment of prayer, a repentant soul, are more precious than diamonds. I will never stop blessing, but you must be one who knows how to hold blessing rightly. Otherwise, you will become a keeper of a storehouse without knowing what the storehouse is for, and then grace will slip from your hands without you even realizing it. Not because I take it back, but because you can no longer discern what is true from what is false. Like Esau long ago, you will risk selling your birthright, that holy eternal blessing, for a bowl of temporary stew. And this you must know before I give you the next blessing: I will not let you live your whole life knowing only how to count money. I want you to know how to count joy, to count each soul saved, to count each moment you walk in my presence. For in the end, what makes heaven rejoice is not a contract signed, but a heart returned. And this is what I want you to prepare for there is a generation rising, impatient, unsteady, and treating grace like instant magic. And that is when I sigh seeing a generation growing up without patience to wait for me and without perseverance to pursue grace to the end. They come to me as to a temporary station, a place to refuel their emotions and then rush off down their own path. I am not a pit stop, my child. I am the road itself. But when people only want the ending without the journey, only the touch without the abiding grace ceases to be precious. It becomes a commodity consumed in a hurried thirst. I see them, the children I love, collapsing after a single unanswered prayer. They grow discouraged because 3 days of fasting did not bring a miracle. They turn away thinking, I have forgotten them simply because heaven remains silent. But my child's silence is not absence. In the very moment I am silent, I am shaping you through the unseen. Every tear no one notices, every small choice you make without applause, all of it is part of the process of grace. After you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace will himself restore you, make you strong, firm, and steadfast. 1 Peter 5:10. This generation loves quickness. One laying on of hands, they must feel a tremor. One prophecy, it must happen instantly. But I am the God of seasons, not of impulses. I sow a seed in your heart. I will not force it to bloom because you are too impatient to wait for the flower. Grace is not a magic trick. It does not come to impress. It comes to transform. And true transformation never happens in a moment. It takes time, testing, and a faith that remains when feelings have retreated. There are those who have once experienced a powerful touch from me, yet, because they refused to let me lead them through the process of refinement, they fell from the very place where they had once been lifted. Emotions cannot keep you in grace, only steadfast faith can do that. I am not a fleeting high for you to remember as a distant memory. I am the Eternal One, and I long to stay to walk with you through each day of joy and sorrow, each thirst, each cold night, each slow morning. But if you only desire what sparkles, you will miss what is eternal. My beloved, there will be seasons in your life when I allow you to feel nothing. Not because I have abandoned you, but because I want to see. Do you follow me for feelings or for love? When emotion is no longer your driving force, faith is put to the test. When miracles do not unfold as you imagined, you will learn the most important lesson: I am still, I am, whether you feel me or not. And true blessing does not come when you feel happy, but when you remain rooted in faith amid the desert of your soul. I long for a generation that can stand firm without having every question answered. A generation that believes in me not because I do what they want, but because they know who I am. A generation that understands that sometimes I love you so much, I will not give you what you want to teach you what you need. You may resent me now, but one day you will thank me for not indulging you to your ruin. Grace does not raise impulsive children, it forges mature warriors who know how to stand, to wait, and to hope. If you look back at those who are truly strong in me, you will see they all endured long seasons that seemed meaningless. They were forgotten, tested, pressed down, but in that very hiddenness, I breathed fire into their bones and raised them as torches in the night. Do not fear the silence, my child. Do not fear the process. Do not think that because you see nothing, I am absent. Sometimes the greatest work I do in you is the one no one notices, no one applauds, recorded only in heaven. And one day when the season ripens, you will see that grace is not something you receive, but something you become. I do not give grace just to hand you what you want. I give grace to make you like me. Then even if the world calls you slow, weak, or outdated, I will look upon you and see my image reflected. And that is the true glory, not the lights of the stage, but the radiance of a heart that abides in me until the end. But remember this before you go on: grace cannot work in a proud heart nor dwell in a shallow soul. I will not stop pouring, but you must learn to hold. I will not stop calling, but you must learn to stop and listen. For if you keep running, you will miss the most important whisper, the call to the mission I planted in your heart before you were even born. And this is the greater thing I am preparing, not merely to bless you, but to call you to become a bearer of blessing. But before you step into that, I must ask, do you realize you have never been ordinary? You have never been ordinary, and you know it. Even when you try to blend into the crowd to live as if nothing sets you apart, something within you keeps sounding different. There are nights when your soul feels cramped within repetitive ways, safe plans. You sense a vague calling in your spirit, but you dare not believe it because it feels too vast and you feel too small. I call you, yet you think. Not me, surely someone else. But I have never called anyone because they were ready. I call and then I make them ready. I did not choose you because you have it all, but because I have it all and I want to give it through your life. You think you are weak, that is why I call you. You think you are not good enough, that is why my grace becomes sufficient. You think you have nothing to give, but I have placed a treasure in this clay jar you do not yet know. We have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. 2 Corinthians 4:7. You were not born merely to exist, to work, to sleep and repeat. I did not design your soul for that cycle. You were created to carry spiritual influence, to shake the darkness of this world with the very light I placed within you. But the painful truth is this: too many live as if they were never chosen. They live for just enough for safety, for comfort, to avoid pain and slowly die in that safety. Yet I made them to fight, to shine, to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. I see many stepping out of their calling simply because they think they are unworthy. They disqualify themselves before the battle begins. They think I've made too many mistakes, I have no value left. But my child, what makes you chosen is not a spotless record, but a willing heart for me to renew. I have chosen the broken to build the unshakable. I choose the weak to shame the strong. I choose the overlooked, so the world will know this is my work, and I am still calling you. Not just to receive blessing, but to become a bearer of blessing. Not to live for yourself, but to be sent out as an answer to another's pain. There are people around you longing for what you carry inside, but if you keep hiding that light, they will remain in darkness. Do not wait until you feel ready, because no one is ever truly ready when I call. You only need to say yes, and I will do the rest. I know you are afraid. I know you hesitate to walk alone, unsure, without a clear map. But perhaps you have forgotten I am the one who goes before you. You only need to follow. Sometimes what I need from you is not a plan, but a single step of obedience. And in that simple obedience, you will see what I have prepared: companions, open doors, added strength, all beginning to move. But if you never dare to start, no miracle will happen. There are callings buried not because of lack of potential, but because of insecurity, the words of others, or wounds of the past. And so those who were meant to rise lie down. Those who were meant to teach fall silent. Those who were meant to carry fire live only to keep their flame from going out. Have you ever thought, if you do not rise, how many will never be led? How many souls will never hear the call because you are still wrestling with your fear? My child, this is not a rebuke. It is an awakening. I am calling you out of your comfort zone to live for something greater than yourself. You may not yet understand your full mission, but you need to begin living as one who is called. Change the way you speak, think, and walk, not for the world, but because I am waiting to reveal myself through you. You do not just carry a name, you carry a weight. And each day you forget that is another day the enemy sows another lie into your heart. But I know deep inside you there is still a flame. It may be dim, now covered by disappointment, pain, or long delays. But with just a breath of reminder, it will blaze again. And this is that breath. I have not called you to live safe. I have called you to live significant. I have not called you merely to avoid sin. I have called you to live in power. You are not an outsider. You are chosen to influence, to shake a generation. And you know, before I entrust you with great things, I need to know if you choose to live for life itself. Many live, but only to die a little each day. But some choose to die to themselves, to truly live in me. And that is the final choice I leave for you. Let me not only be present when you shine like the brilliant dawn, but also walk silently beside you in the most ordinary days when each step feels meaningless, when the world around you offers no applause or approving gaze. I am still there in every quiet breath, in every moment. You think you are forgotten. Do not believe that only when you are great or victorious I draw near. I have never left you, not even in the dark, not even when your voice is drowned by the noise of life. This world may not understand the call within you, for they see only the surface and not the slow-burning fire of your spirit. Some will doubt, mock, or call your longing an illusion. But I know far more than all of that, for I am the one who etched these sacred dreams upon your heart, who placed within your soul a strength no one can measure or define. I see everything that human eyes cannot perceive. I see the nights when you silently cry in the stillness, the mornings when you smile, though your heart is fractured within. I recognize the hope inside you, hope that may seem as fragile as a thread yet still shimmers like an unfading star. I see the quiet strength within you, a strength that does not need to display itself but is steadfast like roots reaching deep into the earth, though nothing on the surface seems to show it. I know your heart well, this heart that continues to trust, even when every circumstance seems to scream the opposite, this heart that still chooses love over hatred, perseverance over surrender. That heart itself is proof that you belong to me, not because the world approves or acknowledges you, but because my imprint is carved deep within your soul, an imprint no one can erase or counterfeit. You do not need to fight for the recognition of others. You do not need to force yourself into the mold of what they expect you to be. You have been chosen, marked for a path that is yours alone, a story that no one else can write. I am the one who shelters you, the fortress that blocks every arrow of deception aimed your way. Those who sow false words and devise schemes to harm you will face my justice, not because I delight in punishment, but because my justice is pure and unclouded. You need not tremble before human plots, for the blessing I have set upon you cannot be delayed by anyone's interference or obstruction. No hand can cover the sun I have raised over you, and no power can extinguish what I have begun. Do not think you are still on your way to your purpose. You are already living in it now. Every day you breathe, whether ordinary or extraordinary, is part of the grand design I have drawn. Into your spirit, I have planted seeds, seeds of greatness, of purpose, of a sacred vitality beyond your own understanding. You may feel small now, like a sprout newly buried in the soil with no sign yet of what you will become. But remember, it is these very small seeds that will break through, becoming great trees, sending out shoots, blooming and bearing fruit beyond anything you have ever imagined. You will not merely exist to survive day by day. You will become one who carries life, hope, and light to others. You will not only be healed from old wounds, but restored to wholeness so completely that even you will marvel at the transformation. Do not lose heart when your steps seem slow, when the harvest has not yet appeared. My work often begins in silence, in hidden places, unnoticed by others. But its fruit will one day be revealed radiant before many eyes. Just as a tree's roots sink quietly deep into the ground to draw life, so I am rooting you into a foundation far stronger than you realize. And a day is coming when the harvest will arrive, and all will see the glory of the season you have patiently sown. Be faithful in the small things, for it is there that you are trained and prepared for the greater things I will entrust to you. Do not close your hands, do not choke your heart with fear. Open your hands wide, for I am pouring into them gifts and graces that will not only uphold you but flow outward to generations after you. The blessings I give are not fleeting, not like a passing wind. They are eternal, enduring, transforming everything they touch. They come at the right moment, perfectly fitted to each need, each lack in your life. I know where you are weak, and it is there I become your strength. I know what you are missing, and in that very place I will be your abundant supply. You are walking through a season in which I am gently setting you apart from what cannot go with you into the future. Do not mourn what I remove. Do not see it as loss. I never take anything good from you without giving something greater in return. I only prune away what hinders your growth, like a gardener trimming branches so the tree may flourish. What feels like loss today is truly preparation for a new season. Trust me as I reorder your life even when it confuses or pains you. Sometimes I must close one door to open another, the door that will lead you to the right place, the right time, the right purpose you could never reach by your own strength. You may feel rejected, forgotten, left behind. But remember, I have never left you. My silence is not absence. My delay is not refusal. I am still here, still at work, still arranging all things for your good. You are the living testimony of my faithfulness. Every step you take, though trembling, moves toward the light. Every tear you shed is not wasted. It becomes a seed sown into the earth that one day will bloom into flowers of hope. Every time you rise after a fall, you grow stronger, more steadfast. And through this very process, you are being prepared to lift others up, to become a source of inspiration for hearts seeking what you have already found in me. Therefore, do not fear the darkness. Do not fear solitude. For I am your light in the night, your comfort in sorrow, your strength in weakness. I do not only desire that you endure, but that you shine through the very process. You are not only the receiver of blessing, but also its bearer. Every word you speak, every action you take, every breath you live can become a stream of love, of grace, of life that I am pouring through you. You were not created to disappear into the crowd, but to become a lamp. That light will guide others, dispel the shadows of doubt, and help them see that hope still remains in life's storms. Do not underestimate your worth simply because you do not yet see the fruit. Do not close your heart because of past wounds. I am working within you, building something far greater than any dream you have dared to pray. You have been, are, and always will be in my hands. You do not need to strain to be enough, for I myself am your fullness. You do not need to prove your worth to the world, for I am the one who has already affirmed you. You do not need to fear what lies ahead, for your future is wrapped in my goodness. Every step you take is part of the eternal plan I have ordained. Every season of your life, joyful or sorrowful, holds meaning in this journey. So keep walking, stay faithful, open your arms wide. Believe that I am leading you through what seems like barren paths into lands brimming with life. You are not left behind. You are being guided. You are being prepared. And one day everything I have spoken over you will stand as visible truth. No darkness can erase it, no lie can dim it. You are my story, and that story is still being written, page by page, chapter by chapter, with faithfulness, with unfading love, with strength that transcends time. My child, recognize that this very moment is not just another passing hour, but a doorway opening for you into a new journey, a journey of transformation and deep rebirth within your soul. Everything you are experiencing, whether challenge or blessing, is not random. It is the current of a grand design woven long before you came into this world. I am gently leading you step by step through the darkest valleys, so you may behold the dazzling light at the end of the path. I want you to understand that not a single tear, not a single pain, not a single fall of yours is meaningless. All of it is being used to train your spirit, to etch into your heart a strength unshakable. Open your heart and receive this, for the call you are hearing is not the hollow echo of your own mind, but my gentle yet powerful whisper, drawing you closer to the truest source of love. Every stirring you feel deep in your soul, every unspoken longing you cannot name, is the sign of my touch upon your innermost being. I do not call you to the world's version of perfection, but to sincerity and surrender, where you can lay down every burden, every need for control, every fear, and let me become your strength. When you are weak, my power is made perfect. When you are weary, my grace covers you like a soft yet unyielding cloak. So many times you have not realized I have been with you, guarding each step, shielding each breath, even when you thought yourself alone. You cannot count the moments I have intervened to stop unseen dangers from reaching you. Even in the deepest nights when you felt most abandoned, my angels have surrounded you, keeping your peace as you slept. You think you have failed, but my grace has turned that very failure into the foundation of something new. You see my silence as abandonment, but in that very silence I am moving in ways you have not yet begun to see. Let faith become the key that opens every door within your heart. Faith is not merely an acknowledgement of the mind, but the surrender of your entire life into my hands, the very hands that formed the universe and now gently sustain your every step. Do not fear the uncertainty ahead, for it is precisely within uncertainty that I will reveal the path I have prepared for you. Do not doubt your own worth, for you have been chosen not because you were deemed worthy by the narrow standards of this world, but because of the love I placed upon you long before. I have chosen you not to burden you, but to set you free, to make you strong and whole within my truth. The deep longing you feel, one that stretches beyond success, fame, or anything visible, is my call drawing you into a deeper communion, where you will come to see yourself through the loving gaze of the one who created you. This is not a sign of emptiness as you once feared, but proof that you are being drawn into a new current, a current of grace, where every desire becomes a prayer and every step becomes a response to a sacred calling. You will no longer seek approval in the eyes of others, for you already have my complete acceptance. You will no longer wrestle with the question, am I good enough, for I have called you my own before you knew my name. You are covered, sustained, and destined for things far greater than what you dare imagine. This greatness is not necessarily status or power as the world perceives it, but a life of depth, meaning, and love radiating light to every place you touch. Let this reminder become a new breath within your soul. You are not lost, you are on your way home. Every step you take, whether slow or steady, is seen and cherished by me. I am not seeking perfection in you, for I know your weakness. What I desire is a soft heart willing to open and be led. Remember, surrender is not defeat, it is the victory of faith over fear. Never forget that you are not alone on this journey. I have placed beside you people, circumstances, and signs to uphold and strengthen you. At times, a single word, a coincidence, or a glance may be my way of speaking to you. Do not close your heart to these small things, for within the small I reveal my great heart. You will discover that the closer you draw to me, the more your heart will change. Fear will gradually fade, giving way to peace. Anxiety will be replaced with hope, and the dryness of your soul will give way to a ceaseless freshness. This is the grace that transforms the grace, that renews the grace, that makes you different, not by the standards of this world, but by the image of the one who has loved you. Stand firm in this promise. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not lost when you place each step within my light. You are being prepared for things unseen, blessings unheard of, doors not yet opened. You will be led into the fullness you have long desired, not through mere effort, but through trust and daily companionship with me. Do not be afraid to bring to me what you consider most trivial. Do not be afraid to reveal the weaknesses you hide. For it is precisely in that deepest place that I will restore you, heal you, and turn your weakness into extraordinary strength. As you learn to release control and give everything fully to me, you will feel lighter and freer than ever before. I teach you these things not to make you someone else, but to bring you back to the pure essence I placed within you. Every layer of fear, doubt, or self-contempt will gradually be stripped away so that you may shine as your true self, the one created in love, grace, and purpose. Walk without fear. Move forward with new courage. Let my love guide you as a lamp in the night. Believe that every step you take holds meaning even when you cannot see the whole picture. I am painting a larger masterpiece, and you are a vital part of it. Trust this process. Trust in my unchanging love. Let faith become the wings that lift you higher than the limits you once knew. And remember, you are not only being guided, you are being transformed into a source of light, of love, of peace for others. You will see your life no longer as a string of ordinary days, but as a living testimony of my grace. Let your heart open to receive this guidance. Do not reject the quiet yet powerful call that touches the deepest parts of your heart. In what seems to be stillness, I am speaking the loudest, not with sound, but with life, with the breath of presence, with the vibrations of a love beyond all limits. In what appears to be fragile peace, I am drawing you back so you may rest in my safe embrace, so your weary heart may find its home. Every time you lean on me, your steps become clearer. The path ahead, though dark, begins to reveal the light of hope, like dawn breaking through a heavy night. I am not standing outside your life as a stranger. I am not merely beside you as a companion. I am within you, woven into your breath, the beating of your heart lifting you up and wiping away your tears. I am the one who heals every brokenness, not only the wounds of the body, but the silent emptiness of the soul. I restore dreams you thought were shattered, hopes you believed had turned to ashes, Promises you feared were lost to the wind. I am reviving what has fallen, renewing what has run dry, awakening seeds of life long buried within you. You may think it is all over, but you will laugh again the laughter of freedom, of joy. You will dance again in the delight of one who has been set free. You will dream again, not small dreams, but vast ones, dreams strong enough to lift you beyond your limits. Do not tremble before the unknown, for where your feet have yet to tread. I have already been preparing the way, sowing blessings, setting good things in place for you. I go before you, opening paths your eyes have not yet seen. I go behind you, gently healing wounds you do not know you still carry. I surround you in a love as vast as the ocean, as steadfast as the mountains. Each morning my mercies are new like the sunrise, not because you have earned them, but because you belong to me, as a child belongs in a parent's embrace. I am not ashamed of your weakness. Do not turn away from your mistakes. Do not withdraw my loving gaze because of your painful past. I have seen it all and still chosen you among many, not because you are perfect, but because my love requires no conditions. It is steadfast and eternal, unchanged by time, unfaded by failure. Your story is not finished. Do not let the current chapter convince you it is the end. The chapter you are living may be full of challenges, but I am the author who has carefully written your triumph. Do not close the book yet. Keep reading, keep walking, keep trusting. Every storm carries a deeper purpose. It does not come to destroy you, but to shape within you something new. What you hold in your heart today, endurance, waiting, tears, will soon become living proof of the grace you have received. Do not despise the journey. Do not dismiss the process, for it is in the process that I refine you like gold in fire. My timing may stretch your patience and make you feel forgotten, but it has never gone off course. When it comes, it will come beautifully beyond all your expectations. It will be perfect not by the world's standard, but by the standard of divine wholeness. And when it does, you will see that every tear you shed was not in vain, every night you endured was not meaningless, for every pain was preparing you for a greater joy. Therefore, my child, do not let your heart close. Open it to receive, to let my presence soak into every fiber, every heartbeat, every thought. Believe that even when you feel most alone, it is then that I am closest to you. The words you have not yet spoken I have heard. The tears that have not yet fallen I have wiped away. You are not a burden, not abandoned. You are the one chosen to be loved, to be held, to be lifted up. I do not measure your worth by success or failure, by perfection or mistakes, but by you, the one I have created in unchanging love. Do not let the past bind you. Do not let fear of the future stop you. Do not let the voices of the world drown out my gentle whisper. You may be walking in darkness, but light is never absent. It only waits for you to look up. Every trial you face is not an ending, but the beginning of something new. Let me turn sorrow into strength, disappointment into hope, weakness into living proof of grace. You may have stumbled many times, may have blamed yourself, may have rejected yourself. But my child, never forget that my love does not require you to be perfect to be loved. I love you in the very midst of your imperfection, like a potter tenderly shaping the clay, patiently forming it into beauty. I see the good in you that you have not yet seen. I see your future shining when you see only shadows. I know the answers when you see only questions. And still I wait for you patiently, not forcing, not accusing, only gently leading you home. Keep walking even when you do not understand everything. Trust even when every door before you seems tightly shut. Let me lead you even when you cannot yet see the destination. Do not fear delay, for I am preparing something far greater than you imagine. Do not fear the silence, for in that very silence I am speaking deeper than any words. Do not fear the wounds that have not yet healed, for within them I am planting the seeds of restoration. And when the time comes, you will look back and understand every trial, every tear, every long night has been weaving a wondrous tapestry. So breathe deeply. Let your heart soften like soil welcoming the rain. Believe that the story of your life is still being written, still growing, and it will not end in disappointment but in glory. Do not measure your worth by what you see now. Do not conclude before you have read the whole story. Do not give up before the dawn. I am faithful, and I have never abandoned any work I have begun. You are that work, the marvelous creation I am perfecting. Every pain you endure is shaping something more beautiful than you imagine. And when you reach the final chapter, you will see it was all worth it. Do not let your heart be troubled by meaningless comparisons, for the journey you are on is unlike any other. Every step you take carries the unique imprint I set for you before you ever came into being. There is no duplication in my design for you. Every experience, every pain, every joy you hold has a meaning only you can fully comprehend. Look within and see that all I am doing in you is no random arrangement, but a symphony written with my own breath, unique, intricate, and intentional. The faith you are holding, even if as small as a mustard seed, is not fading into emptiness. It is like underground water seeping into dry soil, nourishing the seed of hope until one day it rises as a great tree. The prayers you whisper in the hidden corners of your room, the tears you shed in loneliness, I hear every note. No word is lost, no sound falls into nothingness. I gather them like precious pearls, keeping them in my heart to one day return to you with faithfulness and blessing. Your obedience, though the world may call it weakness or folly, is in my eyes a radiant light piercing the darkness, a fragrance rising to the heights of heaven. Every small act of obedience reaches into eternity, stirring the movements of the universe, shifting the heavens. When you call my name, each syllable rings like a bell, unlocking hidden treasures I have prepared for you. Therefore, do not let circumstances silence you. Speak, breathe life into your own existence, into the places that seem barren. Your words carry a power you cannot yet fathom. When you proclaim my promises with your own breath, you are opening a new space for light to enter. Do not consider your words ordinary, for they are mighty weapons to battle the darkness. A word of faith, a declaration of hope, a sincere cry of prayer, these are arrows of light shot into the night. Darkness cannot stand before the strength of truth, for truth is not merely a concept, but a living force I have placed within you. You are not a mistake. Do not let any voice inside or outside persuade you otherwise. You are not a copy, not forgotten, not a meaningless detail in a vast painting. You are a masterpiece, a work of art molded by my own hands. I have seen you from the beginning, have known every contour of your soul before you knew yourself. I see you in every fear, every tear, every awkward smile, and yet I delight in you. I do not watch from afar. I walk with you step by quiet step along the rough roads you must pass. Do not let fear reign in your heart as a tyrant. It has no power over you, for fear is a liar. It inflates the darkness to make you think the light is gone, but it is only an illusion. My perfect love is stronger than every trembling, and that very love will drive out every fear binding you. When you choose to dwell in this love, you will find a peace not of this world, a peace deep as an underground river flowing beneath your soul, untouchable by anything. I do not build you in noise or spectacle, but quietly, steadily, deeply, like a seed germinating in dark soil. The world loves the lights, the applause, the instant recognition, but I do not work that way. I work in the silence of your soul, where no one sees, no one hears, where only you and I abide. There I shape, heal, nurture, and prepare you for things far greater than you have asked or dreamed. You do not need to force open the doors of the future by your own strength, nor rush to push your way forward out of your hunger to be seen. I myself will open the doors for you at the right time, in the right way, so that no one can shut them. And when you pass through those doors, you will not enter by striving, but by grace, by a strength forged in stillness. And you will come to see that every delay, every long silence you once lamented was an essential part of the work I was building. You were being prepared not only to receive, but to hold what I give. You will understand that even in the moments when I seemed absent, I was most deeply present, laying the firm foundations for you. You will no longer chase recognition or fear abandonment, for you will know you have been seen, known, and loved completely. Keep speaking life into every circumstance, even when it feels barren or hopeless. Believe that your words spoken in faith can change the atmosphere of your soul like rain softens hardened ground. Do not speak for the sake of speaking, but from a place of believing, from the knowledge that I am with you. Then your words will become fire, a sharp weapon no one can resist. They will not only drive back the darkness outside, but also illuminate the inside of you, so you may see yourself as I see you. Do not fear if you feel small. It is within smallness that I do great things. Do not be discouraged if you feel slower than others. I do not measure by speed or success. I measure by faithfulness. Do not panic when darkness surrounds you. You were born to be light, not to blend into the dark. You are not invisible, not lost in the crowd. You are a masterpiece placed at the right time in the right place. I once shaped every particle of earth to form you. I placed within you the abilities, dreams, and desires only you carry. I was not mistaken when I chose you. I have not forgotten placing you on this journey. No detail, however, small lies outside my providence. Every step, every breath, every cry you lift touches my heart. Do not doubt your worth, because you have not yet seen the outcome. For your worth does not come from results, but from the one who created you. You need not fear when standing at a crossroads. When you do not know where to go, remember that I am still guiding you even when unseen. When you do not hear my voice, it does not mean I am silent. When you do not feel my presence, it does not mean I am absent. I am still building, still preparing, still loving you more than ever. And then when the moment comes, you will step out of that hidden place with a different strength, a different peace, a different light. You will no longer seek recognition, for my presence within you will be the loudest testimony. You will not need to struggle for doors, for they will open before you. You will walk in grace, in strength, in unshakable faith. For before you step, I have already gone ahead of you. Before you ask, I have heard. Before you seek, I have prepared. Do not compare, do not fear, do not doubt. Believe, stand firm, keep obeying. Speak life, declare the promise, wield your words as weapons. You will see the darkness retreat, see the light rise. You will know you are not a mistake, not forgotten, but a beloved masterpiece. I see you, I delight in you, I walk with you. And in all these things I am quietly building something beyond every expectation, so that one day you will look back and know that everything I have done is good. Even when everything feels heavy around you, I want you to know that in every breath you take, I am present, still at work, in the things you cannot see. You may think you are walking alone through a long, dark night, but in truth, every step you take is being upheld by an unseen yet loving hand. The battles that exhaust you, the delays that leave you feeling hopeless, are not the end, but only the prelude to a profound transformation I am preparing for you. I do not let a single tear of yours fall in vain, nor a single sigh vanish into nothingness, but gather them all as seeds sown into the soil of blessing, so that in due season they will bloom into radiant flowers, proving that every pain of yours carries meaning. Do not fear delay, for delay is not denial. Do not dread the foggy days, for the light of dawn draws nearer with every heartbeat. In the moments when you do not know, miracles are shifting, promises are unfolding, and doors once thought closed are quietly turning on their hinges. The enemy thought he had ended your story, but in that very place, I have written a new beginning. What seemed to destroy you will become a stepping stone, and every wound will turn into fertile soil, nurturing your strength and steadfastness. Do not fear weakness, for I do not use your strength to bring victory. I use your imperfection to reveal my power. When you are at your weakest, that is when my grace is strongest. When you stumble, I do not leave. I draw closer, lift you up, wipe away your tears, and teach you to stand firm through my kindness. You do not have to strive to earn my love. You do not need to prove yourself to gain my approval. You have had it since before you were formed in your mother's womb. I have engraved your name upon the palm of my hand and called you with a clear purpose. No detail about you is accidental, no ability within you is wasted, no weakness lies beyond my power to transform into strength. You are not too late. No opportunity meant for you can ever be stolen. Everything I have ordained for you waits only for the right moment to be revealed. Lay down the burdens you were never meant to carry. Shame, regret, guilt, they do not belong to you. I bore them so you could live freely, breathe peace, and no longer bow under the weight of old pain. When you open your heart to me, I will fill every empty space. Where there is anxiety, I will place peace. Where there is sorrow, I will plant joy. Where there is confusion, I will bring clarity. Make room for me, and I will fill your being with my presence. Do not think that I only hear the prayers spoken aloud. I listen even to the sighs of your soul. I understand even the nameless tears. In the quiet of the night, when you think you are alone, I am there holding your aching heart, giving you comfort, peace, and the light to guide your way. I want you to understand that this journey is not about perfection, but about learning to trust. I do not seek the strong, I seek the humble and willing. When you love, even when it is hard to love, you touch the treasures of my kingdom. When you show patience under pressure, you are learning the language of heaven. When you remain faithful in small things, you are opening the doors to great things you have not yet imagined. No act of love you offer is ever forgotten. No effort you make goes unnoticed in eternity. Remember that everything you face today is preparing you for greater elevation. Today's pain is the foundation of tomorrow's victory. You are being shaped, refined, and molded into the person you were destined to become. Do not measure your worth by what you see before you look to me, the one who holds every plan for your life. I know when to open a way, when to close a door, when to let you rest, and when to urge you forward. Everything has its season, and I am never late. Believe that I am turning every loss into opportunity, every sorrow into wisdom, every dead end into a new beginning. I am leading you to a place where you will see that every pain had a purpose. Every tear was a seed watering the field of blessing. One day you will look back and realize that nothing was wasted, that every moment has been shaping you toward maturity, peace, and a life full of divine purpose. You are not alone, not abandoned, not forgotten. I am always with you, not only when you succeed, but also when you are weak and lost. I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, the creation into which I poured my heart. My grace does not rest upon your merit or strength. It flows from my unchanging love. And that love will continue to lift you, guide you through every difficult season until you behold the fulfillment of what I promised from the beginning. When you learn to let go, you will feel lighter. When you trust, you will see miracles move toward you. When you open your heart, you will feel my love flooding in, washing away every fear and dissolving every doubt. You were not created to live in fear, but to live in freedom, peace, and joy. You were made to shine, to be a witness of my love and strength. I know how weary you are, but I also know how strong you truly are. I know the wounds you carry, but I also know the dreams I planted within you. Hold on to hope, even if it is but a faint spark, for that spark will guide you through the night. And when the dawn comes, you will see that you have not only survived, you have become resilient and radiant like never before. You are not lost. You are walking my path, and I am walking with you every step, every breath. What I have promised will come to pass. What I have spoken will be fulfilled. And you, my beloved child, will never be left behind. You were not born to submit to limits or be buried in the shadows of failure. You were woven from the seeds of hope, shaped by the hands of the Almighty to walk in light and victory. That victory may not always appear as you imagine it, may not be loud or met with applause. Sometimes victory is simply the strength to rise after a long night of doubt, to lift your eyes steadfastly toward a quiet morning when faith feels dim. Sometimes victory is found in the courage to take one more step, even when you cannot yet see the way forward, even when everything around seems meaningless. Do not underestimate those seemingly small steps, for every act born of faith, silent and humble, has the power to move unseen barriers and awaken the dark places within you. Every persevering breath is a rare strength, a hidden flame that makes darkness tremble. You must understand that you are building something great, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. Every drop of sweat, every lonely night, every prayer that seems unanswered, they are all being woven into a greater tapestry beyond your sight. Therefore, live in harmony with the promise of the one who called you. Do not let the noise of the world define your worth, nor let judgment cloud your true nature. Let his Spirit guide each step, painting the righteous path he has prepared. He is cleansing what does not belong to you, pruning what has withered, so that you may bear new fruit. The discomfort you feel, the emptiness, the loss, the confusion, is not meant to harm you, but is his gentle hand rearranging, restoring, and refining you toward purity. Allow the process to unfold. Do not resist or despair. Trust even when you do not understand, for in the pain, he is closer than ever. When others walk away, when familiar hands no longer hold you, he remains unchanging even for a moment. When the world does not understand you, he does every breath, every hidden tear. His love for you never changes, never fades, never wavers because of mistakes or the past. You were created to shine not with the light of pride or comparison, but with the glory and goodness of the one who formed you. When you walk in love, when you choose forgiveness over hatred, when you lift instead of push away, you reflect his image most perfectly. Your past, your wounds, your stumbles, they do not disqualify you from grace. They become the very material he uses to build you, preparing you for greater influence. Nothing in your life is wasted or meaningless in his kingdom, for he is the Redeemer, the one who turns ashes into beauty and tears into seeds of hope. Rise, my child. Lift your head and walk with confidence, not from your fragile self, but from the infinite strength within you. You are not a victim of fate or circumstance. You are a victor chosen to overcome. The promises I have spoken are not lifeless words. On paper, they are living power, a stream of water that can renew the desert of your soul. They carry the force to restore, renew, and set free. Speak them, declare them over your life, so they may become not just memory but strength that flows through every action, every decision. Do not fear the dark days, for it is there that the seeds of faith quietly sprout beneath the soil. Do not be discouraged by trials, for they are training your steps to stand firm, your heart to stay steadfast, your vision to grow clear. Do not fear beginning again, for each new beginning brings you closer to the version of yourself I have destined you to be. Do not compare your path with another's, for your journey is unique, designed by my hand. Remember, true glory is not in surpassing others, but in letting my light shine through your life. When you choose love instead of retaliation, when you choose silence to listen instead of rushing to judge, when you patiently sow goodness in barren soil, that is when you are winning battles far greater than the visible ones. Do not be discouraged if the response does not come immediately, for in his kingdom nothing is wasted and not a single tear is meaningless. He sees every quiet effort, every moment you choose, faithfulness every time you rise again. He is still writing your story, one that is longer, more beautiful than you have imagined. Let his words become the heartbeat in your chest, the whisper of encouragement when you grow weary. Let him define you instead of the labels of people. Let him lift you up when you feel you are collapsing, heal you when you think there is nothing left to hope for. For his love is where you find rest, the unshakable foundation amid all change. Do not let the success or failure of a moment deceive you about your worth. Do not let the noise of the world drown out his call. Learn to listen to the gentle peace, learn to trust what you cannot see, learn to walk even when you do not yet have a map, in believing you have already won more than half the battle. In walking forward, you have already broken the chains of fear. He calls you not to hide, but to be light where you stand. This light does not originate from you, but from him who is within you. When you understand this, you no longer need to compete, no longer need to strive to impress, no longer exhaust yourself trying to prove your value. You become free light and full of life because you know you are reflecting a glory greater than yourself. Therefore, do not tremble when facing challenges. Do not worry when you do not see immediate results. Do not fear change, for every change is part of the plan of restoration. You are being shaped, expanded, prepared for something greater than you think. Even when others do not understand, you remember that he does. Even when you feel alone, remember that he has never left your side. Walk forward with gratitude. Lift your eyes beyond circumstances to the one who leads you. Believe that he will take you through the deep waters, lead you on paths of righteousness, bring you to where light breaks forth and peace reigns. Be steadfast, be patient, be firm. Keep speaking the promises he has given you. Sow them as seeds into good soil, for one day they will sprout and bear fruit. You are not a victim. You are not destined to fall. You are a victor. You are called to stand firm, to love, to forgive, to shine. And each day you choose to trust, to walk forward, to hold on to his promises, is another day you are living the fullness of the meaning he has placed within you. Do not give up. Do not look back with regret. Step forward with hope, for your story is not over. He is writing it, and the next chapter will be more radiant than anything you have ever imagined. Even if you do not yet see results, remember that every moment of waiting is not meaningless. It is part of the wondrous symphony I am weaving for your life. In every silent breath, every sleepless night, when you wonder about the future, I am still at work quietly but powerfully. You may think you are standing alone, But all around you I am moving the pieces of destiny, preparing the people who will step into your life at the right time, arranging circumstances, opening opportunities, even allowing challenges to shape and lead you to the place I have appointed. I see every tear you shed, every sigh you release, and nothing is overlooked or forgotten. Even when everything seems silent, you can be sure my hand is still interweaving every detail with the perfect precision only I can achieve. You do not need to understand everything, for understanding is not the foundation of your peace, faith is. Allow your heart to rest in my arms, for when you release control and let me lead, you will see my power revealed in your life greater than any plan you could devise. I am not the one who abandons, not the one who makes empty promises. Every word I speak has its appointed time of fulfillment and will never return void. You are the masterpiece I have intricately carved with my creative hands. You are not a copy of anyone, nor are you meant to live under the shadow of others' expectations. You are a unique story I am writing, and that story has no duplicate. Others may look at your journey, they may envy, they may try to imitate the anointing I have placed on you, but what I have sown into your soul is authentic and cannot be counterfeited. You are chosen not because you are perfect, but because I have appointed for you a special purpose, a mission no one else can carry. Everything I have given you, from dreams and desires to abilities, has been designed to fit you so that when you step out, you will reflect my glory most vividly. This calling is not a burden, but an honor. It is not for you to compare with others, but for you to discover the vastness of my grace flowing over you. The road ahead may be rough, may hold turns you never anticipated, but do not fear, for my spirit is your compass, the wind guiding you over every peak and through every valley. When you are confused, I will whisper when to move, when to pause, when to change direction, like a father holding the hand of a child taking first steps. You will be amazed to discover that I have opened doors you never dared to knock on and closed doors you thought were opportunities but were not meant for you. Do not be saddened when something closes, for the closing itself is my way of saying, this is not your path. And each time a door opens, you will know it is my intervention, for everything that happens in my timing carries peace, not confusion. People will look at your life and find no natural explanation. They will say, this is the work of God. They will see in you a living testimony of the miracles that unfold when a person places their full trust in me. You will no longer be just an ordinary name, but a living witness, a beacon for those seeking hope. So they may know I am still at work, still loving, still transforming stories that seem hopeless into wonders. You are not only called to receive blessing, but also to become a channel of blessing for many others. Every step of obedience, no matter how small, is opening doors of miracles that will touch not only you, but your family, friends, and even generations yet unborn. The seeds of faithfulness you plant today will grow into a rich harvest for those who come after you. Remember, your faith, though fragile, delights me. I do not demand perfect faith. I long for you to return to me again and again. And I will honor that faith even if it is as small as a mustard seed. I am never weary of you. My love for you surpasses any patience on this earth. I am not disappointed in you. I see the potential I have placed within you. I see who you are becoming. I see the person I am shaping you to be. I do not compare you with anyone else, for you are unique. No one else carries your mission, and no one else has been given grace in the way you have. Let these words sink deep into your soul like cool water flowing through a dry desert. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. Every step you take, I am with you. Every breath you draw, I am present. When you are weak, I am the strength that upholds you. When you are lost, I am the light that guides you. When you fall, I am the hand that lifts you up. Everything I do is perfect. Nothing in it is accidental or lacking. And when you look back, you will smile through tears and say, only God could have done this. My child, I believe in you. Hear this clearly, I believe in you. Not because you have done enough good things, but because I have planted within you a seed of power, a seed of faith, a seed of calling that nothing on earth can take away. Keep moving forward, whether the road is near or far, whether under sun or rain. Your destination is secure in my hands. Your obedience today is unlocking the doors of your future. Your perseverance today is laying the foundation for tomorrow's harvest. And trust that everything I am preparing for you will arrive at the right time, in the right place, and in the right way, so that when it happens, it will be perfect beyond anything you have ever hoped for. You do not need to see the whole picture. You only need to trust that I am holding the brush and painting a masterpiece. Let your soul be still before me, for it is in the stillness that you will hear my voice more clearly, feel my guidance more deeply, and learn to walk not by your own strength, but by the power of my Spirit. I will continue to reveal my power in your life to show again and again that what is true is always stronger than every counterfeit, that light is always stronger than darkness, that my love for you is stronger than every criticism and doubt. And when that day comes, you will not only see the fulfillment of the promise, but also realize how you yourself have been transformed in the waiting. You will see a faith that has matured, a heart that has deepened, a soul that has become steadfast. You will understand that everything I do carries purpose, even the delays, even the silence. You will stand and proclaim to all, the Lord himself has done this, and he has done it perfectly. I have heard every sigh, every silent tear falling in your darkness. Not one word, not one pain of yours has been forgotten before me. I have witnessed the nights you knelt down, shoulders trembling, your prayers rising like quiet wind against four walls, yet reaching my throne. I have seen the urgency in your words, the longing to break free from the invisible chains binding your soul. You may feel lost in a barren desert, but in that very desert I am working a miracle. I have not been indifferent, nor turned my face from your suffering. I have not merely watched. I am working. I am transforming that pain into a strength so enduring no storm can sweep it away. There is a time for weeping, a time for recognizing loss, a time for your heart to empty its burdens. I allow you such moments not as weakness but as the cleansing of the soul. Yet, my child, that time is drawing to a close. The endless nights are giving way to dawn. A new season is coming, a season of joy, a season of restoration, a season of rebuilding. When I speak of a new season, it is not an empty promise. It is a shift in the spiritual realm that you will soon feel manifest in your own life. What has been broken will not remain broken. I am touching each fragment, mending it stronger than before. What you thought was forever lost, what you mourned as taken away, will return to you not as it was, but multiplied, overflowing with no trace of lack. You have lived through years devoured by locusts, times that seemed wasted, opportunities that seemed gone, dreams that seemed to have died. But my child, I am the restorer. I am the redeemer. I will restore to you not only what you have lost, but even the time the most precious thing you thought could never be regained. Every disappointment, every delay, every betrayal, every promise left unkept, every door slammed shut, none of it has been wasted in my hands. I will use it all, every detail, every fragment, to build what is good, to lift you higher, to multiply the living testimony in your life. One day, what you now see as pain will become the story you tell to encourage souls still in darkness. One day, your wound will become a doorway leading others to healing. Even at your weakest, when you have no strength left to walk, when your hands fall weary, I still hold you in my unshakable strength. You are never beyond my sight, never outside my grasp. You may feel far away, but you are never too far for me to reach. No abyss is too deep for me to stoop down, no mountain too high for my arm to extend. Wherever you run, I still see, still watch, still love. My arms are always open, not as a mere symbol, but as a living reality. Those arms are outstretched, ready to draw you into a place of safety, where storms cannot reach, where your heart finds rest and restoration. You do not need to explain your pain to the world, nor prove why you are weak or why you have fallen. I have understood, I have known, and I have never judged you for your stumbling. You need no defense before me, for I not only know your pain, but have borne it myself. I am the only one who can truly heal, not just soothe for a moment, but heal to the root, to the innermost places even you have not touched. I reach into old wounds, hidden corners, the parts you try to hide. I am not ashamed of them. I do not withdraw my hand. Instead, I extend my loving hand gently, patiently, waiting for you to allow me to do this work of healing. And when I heal, it is not mere repair, but transformation from ruin to beauty, from burden to testimony, from darkness to light. You may not see it now, but know that with each passing day you are moving closer to the new season I have appointed. Every tear you shed is like rain soaking into the earth, nourishing the seeds I have planted in you. When spring comes, they will break forth, and you will be astonished at their abundance. Trust me, do not let go. Believe that today's pain is not meaningless. It is fertile soil for the seeds of greatness, of steadfastness, of unshakable hope. I do not want you merely to survive. I want you to rise again, to stand with new strength, with a heart softer yet stronger than ever. I am reshaping you, rebuilding you, so that one day you will see you have become someone new, not because you have changed your essence, but because you have become the fullest version of what I designed you to be. You will look back and see that every wound, every fall, every night of weeping led you here to this place of restoration, of joy, of rebuilding. Therefore, do not fear when old doors close. Do not panic when the familiar disappears. Do not take delay as a sign that I have abandoned you. I am still here, working silently yet surely. I am preparing new spaces, new relationships, new opportunities you have not yet dared to dream of. Every cutting away, every separation now is but a necessary part of the preparation. Do not see loss as failure. It is new soil for new seeds. You are a living testimony of my work. Though you have not yet seen the harvest, I have seen it. Though you see yourself as a fragile seed, I have seen the tree that will blossom. Though you think you are lost, I know you are being led. Every step you take, every prayer you utter, every tear you shed, all are being woven into a larger, deeper, more beautiful tapestry. Let your heart rest in the knowledge that I have heard, I have seen, I have known, and I am working. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. I am still writing your story, still arranging every detail, still preparing for you a future full of hope, a life where pain no longer defines you, but where blessing and light become your mark. Let every burden, every weariness, every silent struggle in your soul melt into my embrace, for I did not create you to carry the weight of the world alone. You are not one who must prove your worth by frail strength, nor one who must labor to control everything around you. Lower the trembling hands trying to hold on to everything, and you will see my hands open wide to receive you, to soothe your heart, to lift you from the place you thought you could never rise again. My peace is not a vague concept or a distant promise, but a fresh stream brimming with life waiting to flow into your soul, washing away every fear, every shame you have carried. My child, I am not angry with you. Do not let accusing voices convince you that I turn away when you stumble. No, even when you fail, I do not abandon you. Even as you retreat trembling, I draw near like a father, running to embrace a wayward child, returning home like a mother, pressing her cheek against the tear-streaked face of her child. I have not come to judge, but to heal, to whisper grace and mercy over your life. Every mistake, every scar, everything you think has ruined you. I see it all, and in that very place I sow the seed of change. Do you know, even when you try to run far, I still pursue, not to accuse, but to keep you from straying beyond my love. Even when you doubt me, when you wonder if I am still there, I remain faithful as surely as the sun rises each morning. You belong to me, and no power in heaven or on earth can separate you from that love. I will never let you go. Do not let the weight of shame crush your spirit, for I have come to lift your head, to wipe your tears, to look into your eyes with no judgment, only tenderness. I am the one who turns ashes into crowns, sorrow into radiant joy, sin into peace like a river. I do not come to add to your burdens, but to lift them from your shoulders so you can walk with your head held high. You do not need to understand everything yourself, do not need to hold all the answers. You do not need to know today every step of the path ahead. Only this: take the next step in faith, even if it trembles, even if your eyes are blurred with tears, knowing that right there I will meet you with my power and provision. The provision will come like the morning dew upon the grass, quiet, yet certain, unexpected, yet precise. It may not come from the person you are hoping for, nor at the time you have planned, but it will come, for I am your provider, not man. You need not live in fear that the enemy will devour what I have appointed for you, for I have placed a hedge of protection around you. My angels have been sent not merely to watch, but to fight on your behalf, to intercept schemes you cannot see. What you believe has been delayed will be released at the appointed time. You will not miss your moment, for I hold time in my hands. What belongs to you cannot be stolen, What I have inscribed with your name is sealed in heaven. Your name is not hidden on an invisible list, but engraved upon my heart. It is whispered in the courts of angels. And when you lift your voice, all of heaven bends to listen, not because you are more special than others, but because you are my child, and my love for you does not change. You are not fighting alone, and you have never been alone. The armies of heaven are fighting with you, even when you are unaware. I am with you in the deepest valley. I am with you on the highest mountain. I am with you in the fire, and you will not be consumed. No weapon forged against you will prevail. The arrow aimed at you will miss its mark. Lies spoken against you will fall powerless. I am your shield, not only to protect you from what is outside, but also to guard your heart from collapsing within. I will bring clarity where there is confusion. You will see what once seemed chaotic become a picture of order, each piece fitting into a greater meaning. I will bring peace where there is turmoil. Even in nights when you have only tears, I will restore laughter. Not the shallow laughter of appearances, but the deep laughter of a soul healed and at rest in my arms. All of this will not only be to bless you, but to glorify me, so that my love shines through your life. You will become a living testimony that grace is real, that mercy is real, that peace is not theory but reality. You will no longer strive to prove your worth, for your very life will tell the story of me, the one who loved, preserved, and transformed you. Believe that every tear you have shed is not meaningless. They fall to the ground, yet I gather them like precious pearls. Every prayer you utter, whether trembling or broken, does not vanish into the void, but rises like incense before my throne. Every step you take that seems small is carving a new path in eternity. My child, rest in my love. Let your heart cease its frantic need to control. Let me be the one who holds and arranges all things. Release and trust that I know better, see farther, and love deeper than you imagine. When you hand me your burdens, you will receive a peace the world cannot give. When you lay down control, you will discover true freedom. When you let me lead, you will realize you have never lost what is essential. You have only released what no longer belongs to you, to make room for what is better. Look ahead with hope. Do not let yesterday's darkness dim today's light. I have prepared for you things no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no heart has conceived. And all will come at the most beautiful time in the wisest way, so that no one can take the glory from me, and so that you may see that everything you have longed for is not a distant dream, but a promise I have written over your life. Keep walking. Let faith be your breath, hope your light, and love your driving force. Let each step you take become a melody. Heaven listens to each word you speak. Rise as fragrance before my throne. Each deed you do become evidence that I am faithful. You will see, though storms rage, though fire burns, though darkness falls, there is an unchanging hand holding you, and you will know more than ever you have never been alone. My beloved child, do you know that even in your weakness I see hidden strength the world cannot recognize? I have been, and am, still working wonders through those who seem small, through hearts, once wounded, through souls, once forgotten. For it is these, the ones no longer clinging to their own strength, who can become vessels for my grace to flow. I choose the despised to overturn the pride of the powerful I use, the seemingly broken to heal the seeking I lift, the rejected to testify of revival and grace. Never measure your worth by the eyes of man, for you are not defined by their praise or their approval. You are more precious in my sight than all the fame and achievements of the world. You were not chosen at random. I personally chose you with my hand, with my heart, with a loving gaze. Nothing can change. You belong to a kingdom that cannot be shaken, and in that kingdom you are royalty, not a stranger. I have placed upon your head a crown of favor, not as a fading ornament, but as a seal of consecration, of honor and love. I have clothed you with the robe of righteousness no one can take away. I have wrapped you in grace like a warm cloak on a winter night. Therefore walk in that identity, walk as one appointed in the light, bowing not to the voices of the past, repeating no longer the words that once wounded you. Begin to speak the words I have promised instead of repeating your fears. Let your mouth declare life and not despair. Let your heart be filled with my truth rather than the fleeting words of men. Let your soul anchor in my word as a steady ship against the storm so that the shifts of this life can no longer move you. A turning is coming. You will feel it like a cool breeze after a season of harsh sun. You will see the change not only with your eyes, but with your soul. You will know deeply, unmistakably, that this is my work, not yours, not chance, but the movement of a loving, skillful, all-powerful hand. Hold on a little longer, my child, for the breakthrough is closer than you think. The miracle is not dormant. It has been set in motion long ago in realms you cannot yet see, in skies your eyes have not reached. You may feel forgotten, but in the silence I am weaving a great story. I have fought battles you never knew. I have undone knots you never saw. I am setting the stage on which you will stand, not to display yourself, but to reflect. My goodness, be ready, for what is coming will surpass all you have asked, surpass all you dared dream, surpass all you imagined. This is the unveiling of promises I planted in the dark, the fulfillment of words I whispered in the long night when it was only you and me. Now it will shine forth, no longer hidden, no longer obscured. You have waited patiently while others seemed to move ahead. You chose to stand firm in faith when the answer did not come as quickly as you hoped. You believed when all outward signs said no. And now heaven is responding. The delay you experienced was never denial. It was preparation. It was the training of endurance within your spirit so that you could not only receive the blessing but have the strength to carry it. It was the sharpening of your discernment so that when it comes you will recognize what is true and what is false. You have been quietly strengthened for a victory many will witness. The crown you wear will reflect the tears you have shed, the prayers you have whispered in the night, and the moments you chose faith over fear. I have not forgotten each tear, each breath, each word you have spoken. They are holy to me, engraved not only in memory but in my very heart. This season will be different. It will not mirror the past. You will not repeat the cycles that once bound you. Generational chains are breaking strand by strand. Your children will walk in the freedom you longed for. Your house will be filled with my peace, not the fragile peace of the world, but the peace that surpasses all understanding. Your name will be linked with my favor, not as a title, but as a living reality. And your legacy will tell the story of faith, of healing, of abundance, things you have not only heard of, but experienced for yourself. You are stepping into a season of restoration, not only of finances, but of relationships once broken, of dreams you thought had died, of joy you believed was gone. What has been broken will be healed. What has been stolen will be returned. I will not let you end in loss. I will not leave you in the valley of shadows. I will lift you up, set your feet upon high places, and surround you with songs of deliverance. You belong to me. The world may change, but I do not change. My promises never expire. My love does not fade. My power does not weaken. I am still the one who split the sea, who moved mountains, who multiplied the loaves. I am still the one who shut the mouths of lions, who called the dead back to life. I have never changed and will never change. Your hope has not been misplaced. Your prayers have not been empty. Your worship has not gone unnoticed. Everything you do in my name is recorded in heaven as precious jewels. I reward those who diligently seek me. I honor those who choose holiness when no one is watching. I lift up the faithful who remain steadfast in trials when no spotlight shines on them. You will be rewarded not because of the works you build for yourself, but because of my faithfulness to my own word. Therefore, keep your hands clean, your heart pure, and your lips filled with life. From these things I will pour out blessings no one can stop. I am doing something new in you, something fresh, holy, something even you will be astonished to see blossom. You have been faithful in the hidden place. You have obeyed without applause. You have worshipped me through your tears. Now I will honor you before the eyes of men, not to boast in you, but to reveal that my grace is real. I will prepare a table before your enemies. I will anoint your head with oil, your cup will overflow, and you will lack nothing. Even the pain you have endured will become a platform from which you speak. The trials you have passed through will become tools to touch others. I never allow suffering without purpose. I redeem everything. My power is made perfect in your weakness. My strength is revealed when you admit your need, when you no longer strive alone. You do not have to be strong by yourself. You do not have to fight alone. I am your strength. Call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will answer, I will deliver, I will save. You no longer need to carry this burden. You do not need to pretend you are fine. You can be honest with me, for I already know everything. Lay your burden down. Let my peace wash over you. Let my love cover you. I am here in every breath you take, in every beat of your heart, and my spirit surrounds your life like a cloud of glory, never distant, never forgetting, never changing. Even in this moment, while your heart waits in silence and your eyes grow weary from seeking, I am still working quietly and patiently. I am reaching into the deepest parts of your soul, the places you thought were long sealed, the wounds you learned to hide, believing they could never heal. In the silence you cannot see, my hand is gently mending every tear, every crack, every fragment of your heart. The things you believe are lost too late beyond redemption, I am making them new. Where you thought you had let go, where you thought it was over there, I am beginning something new. What you saw as failure, I am turning into the foundation of renewal. You do not have to understand all the ways I am working, but believe this: even the smallest fragments of your life are not wasted in my hands. This is not just a random moment. This is the season you have long awaited, the hour you once desperately prayed for, the time when every hidden promise in your heart begins to unfold into reality. The season you are stepping into is not merely a new phase, but an answer to prayers sown over many years. Every tear, every long night you whispered to me, every act of faithfulness unseen by others, all of it is converging to open a completely new chapter. You no longer have to grope in the dark, for now, my light is about to shine. You do not need to cling to what has passed, for what I have prepared for you is closer than you think. Prepare your heart, not with worry or striving, but with stillness and openness. Fix your eyes on me. Do not let the glitter of the world distract you. Do not let the noise outside or the whispers of doubt within drown out my voice calling you. I am about to act suddenly, swiftly, beyond your expectations. What you thought would take years will happen in a moment. I do not need human permission to open doors for you. When I have decreed, when I have spoken, it will come to pass, and no one can shut it, nothing can stop it. When I open a door for you, it will not be cracked ajar, but thrown wide so that light pours in. No one can close the door I open. When I declare a blessing, no curse can revoke it. Every scheme against you will be nullified. When I command increase, nothing in heaven or earth can hinder its flow. You do not have to fight to hold it, for what comes from me will be guarded by my own hand. At this moment, what I ask of you is not to run or to fret, but to keep your heart humble, soft, and surrendered. Be sensitive to my leading, for the steps you are about to take are no longer ordinary. Every decision, every small movement carries the weight of a great future. I do not want you to rush or to lean on your own strength. I want you to walk in the gentle guidance of my Spirit, letting every step align with the rhythm of heaven. You are about to enter a time when miracles will no longer be a distant idea. You will not see just one miracle, nor only small scattered signs, but abundant, undeniable, overwhelming wonders that will leave you astonished. They will come like rain after a long drought, not a few drops, but torrents pouring down, lifting your eyes and moving you to tears of worship. These miracles will silence the tongues of doubt, shift the axis of your life, and turn distant promises into things you can touch. I am the one who brings forth these miracles, not to display power, but to reveal my love and faithfulness. I have seen your hidden obedience in the days when no one knew, when you stood firm while everything else crumbled. I have heard your whispered prayers in the darkness, the words you dared not speak aloud to anyone else. I have gathered every tear into my bottle one by one, letting none fall to the ground in vain. Nothing you have given me in love and faith is forgotten. The new chapter you are entering will not resemble the ones before. It will overflow with joy, not fleeting joy, but deep and lasting. It will be filled with laughter, not forced laughter, but the kind that bursts forth as prayers are answered and holy surprises unfold beyond anything you dared imagine. Each moment will be a seal reminding you that I am still here, still listening, still acting on your behalf. You will see that every waiting, every endurance, every long dark night was not meaningless. It was preparing you for this very moment, this season, this appointed time. And as you walk in this season, you will feel my presence more vividly than ever before. You will see me not as a distant God above, but as a close Father holding your hand through each step. Your heart will feel lighter, your eyes brighter, your faith stronger. You will understand that what I am doing is not only to change your circumstances, but to transform you from within, to make you stronger, deeper, humbler, and more attuned to my voice. Do not fear when everything changes quickly. Do not worry when your life seems to shift suddenly. It is I who am acting, opening ways, guiding your steps. You do not have to control everything. You only need to trust, to follow, to keep your heart humble and surrendered. Every miracle I perform is not only a sign of my power, but also a reminder that you are never abandoned, that you are always within my good plan. Open your heart wide. Prepare for what I am about to do. Believe that no prayer is forgotten, no tear wasted. Receive this new chapter with hope and gratitude, for it is not only a reward for your faith, but a testimony of my enduring love. You will see what you once thought impossible. You will touch what you once only dared to dream. You will walk into miracles that not only change your life, but ripple out to those around you. This is your time, your season, your hour, not because you are worthy by the world's measure, but because I have chosen, I have decreed, I have loved. And when I have decided, no force can stand in the way. You only need to stand firm in faith. Keep your heart soft in love. Open your ears to my voice and be ready to step in. The rest I will do. I will open, I will lead, I will guide. Listen, my beloved child, for the moment you have long awaited is drawing nearer than ever before. The prayers you have whispered in the darkness, the tears you have shed where no one could see, all of them have not fallen into nothingness. I have heard, I have understood, and I have begun to move. The healing you once pleaded for with a broken heart is quietly taking place within you, little by little, like tender shoots rising silently beneath the cold earth. The restoration you have yearned for is advancing toward you like the dawn driving away the night. The clarity you have fervently asked for is gradually unfolding, not in haste, but in perfect wisdom, so that you may receive it with your whole heart and mind. Stay close to me. Do not drift away. For when you are near me, you will learn to walk not in fear, but in a sacred confidence, not the arrogance of man, but a boldness that springs from my very presence. This is not pride, but a deep assurance that I never fail, that the words I have spoken never return void. You have wept for this, fasted for this, waited patiently in faith, and now you shall live in it. You are stepping into a new season, the season of abundance, the season of destiny, the season of fullness. I prepared for you before you were even born. I have spoken, and my word is never meaningless. What I declare must come to pass. What I promise I will do. For I am the one who does not change. My words are not like the words of men, spoken lightly, easily forgotten. Everything I speak carries creative power. When I speak, life is sown. When I promise, destiny is established. I have seen your faithfulness in the dry season, your perseverance in trial, your prayers in the long, lonely night. And now you are about to see the fruit spring forth from those very seeds. You will realize that every waiting was not in vain, that every sacrifice has been remembered by me, that every cry has reached heaven. I have always been beside you, even when you thought you were walking alone. I have always been working behind the veil, preparing the way, breaking every chain, opening doors you could not open yourself. The healing you have asked for will not only touch your body or your outward circumstances, but will reach deep into your soul, mending old wounds, erasing the scars of pain, and awakening new life within you. Prepare your heart to receive. When restoration comes, it will not merely return to you what was lost, but will bring something better, greater, deeper. When clarity is revealed, it will not simply answer your questions, but will open a new perspective, a new vision, an understanding far beyond what you ever expected. I am turning every crooked path into a straight road, every wall into a doorway, every deep valley into a stepping stone for you to rise higher. Do not let fear cause you to doubt. Do not let the voices around you make you falter. You will not walk alone in this new season. I will go with you, guide you, uphold you. I will grant you wisdom to discern the right time, patience to wait for the appointed moment, and courage to seize what I place before you. The sacred confidence you will have will not come from your own skill or strength, but from knowing that I am faithful, knowing that my hand upholds you, and knowing that my heart loves you. You have fasted for this. You have prayed for this. You have waited until you were weary. And now I say to you, prepare. You will no longer merely speak of it, dream of it, or plead for it. You will live in it. You will walk in abundance, in destiny, in the fullness I have ordained. You will see my promises come to life. See the dreams I planted within you bloom. See the purpose I wrote for your life unfold. And when it comes, you will know it was not by your own strength, but because I have done it for you, my beloved. Keep your heart tender. Do not let bitterness enter as you wait. Let your faith grow deep like roots reaching for water beneath the ground. Continue drawing near to me. Continue conversing with me. Continue letting me lead. When you are near me, you will hear my voice in the quiet feel, my presence in every moment. I will teach you to discern what is mine and what is not, teach you to walk in wisdom without striving, teach you to stand firm even when storms arise, and you will become a living testimony. Others will see the change in you, see the healing within you, see the light in your eyes, and they will ask, "Where did this come from?" You will say, "It came from me, the one who never abandons, the one who never fails, the one who promised and fulfilled his promise." Through your life, through every step you take, you will display my kindness and my power to the world. Now do not be afraid any longer. You are stepping into a new chapter. You are walking on the path I have laid out. You are drawing closer to what I have promised, and what I have promised, what I have spoken, will come to pass without error, without delay, without lack. You need only to keep your eyes fixed on me, keep your heart steadfast, keep your faith burning like an unquenchable flame, and you will see everything I have spoken become reality, not far off, but in your very life in the days to come. Now let your soul grow still like a clear stream, so that every prayer may rise to me with sincerity, reverence, and complete faith. Almighty God, who weaves the story of my life with threads of grace and mercy today, I kneel before you with a bare heart, no masks, no pretense. I know that the silences I walk through are not abandonment, but the time. You are preparing all things for me, people, places, opportunities, and even the lessons I must learn. Give me strength to persevere in this journey, to not faint under trial, to keep my heart from wavering in doubt. Holy Spirit, guide my every step. Whisper to me when to move forward, when to pause, when to turn aside. I surrender to you all my plans, my dreams, my anxieties. Shape them according to your perfect will. I believe you are sovereign, and you will never fail in my life. Merciful Father, who sees all that I cannot today, I lift to you my fears, my soul's weariness, and even the things I dare not say to anyone. I know you are working behind the curtain, arranging all things perfectly, so I ask to learn how to wait in peace. Help me not to compare my journey with others, not to doubt the unique calling you have placed within me. Show me the worth of being set apart, of becoming my true self in you. I pledge to walk faithfully, knowing you are preparing a wonder only you can accomplish in my life. O mighty God, I lift my eyes to you like a child seeking the gaze of a father. The road ahead holds many unknowns and unexpected turns, but I know you are my compass, my lamp to my feet, my hand to hold when I am weak. I ask you not to let me miss your whisper amidst the world's noise. Open my eyes to see the doors. You open and teach me to rest in peace when you close what is not meant for me. Make my life a living testimony that you still move, that you are still powerful, that those who trust in you will never be put to shame. Great God, today, I bow my head in gratitude that you never leave me behind. Thank you that even when I cannot see, you are acting, preparing, arranging. Thank you that delay is not denial, but your way of teaching me trust and maturity. Thank you for giving me a unique calling, a mission no one else can replace. I know all you do is perfect and will be revealed at the appointed time. Almighty Father, I offer thanks that you have trusted me even in my weakness. Thank you for never comparing me to anyone, never being disappointed in me, never growing weary of me. I thank you for giving your Holy Spirit to guide my every step, to open doors I have not yet knocked upon, to close doors not meant for me. I know that in every step I take, your footprints are beside mine. Good Shepherd, I thank you for teaching me to view life through the eyes of faith instead of fear. I am grateful for the peace you give me in every waiting moment, for the strength to walk even when I cannot see the whole picture. Thank you for carving into my heart a peace not of this world, a hope that does not fade, and a steadfast faith to keep journeying with you to the very end. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so together we may build a strong community of faith.